Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in slightly rainy Roseburg, Oregon. We are getting ready to bring you the season opener for Roseburg boys baseball here on The Score and streaming live online at 541radio.com. Welcome in, everybody. Joey Keyran here with you for another season of Roseburg baseball. It is exciting to be back here at Champion Car Wash Field, the beautifully remodeled facility here in Roseburg at Bill Gray Legion Stadium. We are excited to get this 2022 high school baseball season underway, but unfortunately, things are a little soggy out there right now. We're kind of keeping our fingers crossed that maybe the rains let up a little bit. It's not raining significantly hard, but it's definitely wet. But we do have the new turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field now into, I want to say, its third year of existence. Only going to be the second season that the Roseburg Indians get a chance to play on it. But both teams have taken their warm-ups out on the turf field, and pitchers warming up in the bullpens, guys with batting helmets on in the on-deck circle, ready to go. So looks like we've got baseball on the brain. We'll see if things hold out for us here today. Coming up here during our pregame show, we're going to get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson for the Roseburg Indians, so we'll go ahead and get to that here now as it looks like the umpires are coming out, getting ready for our first pitch. So why don't we take our first 2-minute break? When we come back, we catch up with Coach Troy Thompson of the Roseburg Indians, get a chance to find out how things have been going for the Roseburg boys as they get ready to start the season here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, and streaming live online at 541radio.com. Doesn't necessarily feel all that spring-like, although it feels like Oregon early spring, and it's baseball season, so it's all about right. As we get ready for the season opener, Roseburg getting ready to host Sprague here at Champion Car Wash Field. Joining us in the pregame show is head coach Troy Thompson. Coach, good to see you again. It's always great to get another season off and rolling for you guys. Excited. I don't really know where to start. It feels like it's been forever since the last time I talked to you, so there's so much to catch up on here, but excited about a new season for the Roseburg boys as you guys get ready for a full season that's going to be kind of a normal season and after whatever last year was.
Right. Yeah, no, we're excited. It's been a long time, it feels like, in between, but it was just last end of May when we finished up in our shortened season there, and we were lucky to have that. So we're looking forward to, like you said, more of a regular schedule, regular 26-game schedule with some good non-league opponents and our tough league as always. So, yeah, we're anxious and excited to get going here.
Yeah, it's great to see, things starting here today. You've got your usual Pendleton trip and out that direction and then into a regular league schedule with the Eugene teams back in the mix there for you guys. Looking back just kind of briefly at last year, I know it was a successful year. You guys end up winning what was kind of your conference championship with that league tournament there at the end. You bring back a lot of the guys, but last year's season that was an extended kind of, just because it didn't have an OSA state championship playoff thing, you guys made the most of it, used that for a lot of experience and got some great experience for your team that was young last year. How do you feel like last year built you guys for this year?
Well, you're exactly right. We got to play with the group we had in that shortened spring, but we got some great games in against some very good opponents. Once again, playing more of a league schedule last year, and to play well at the end there in our league tournament, that was a successful spring for us. So it was good to get them time and get on the field after the year before not having that opportunity. So we felt good about that. And then coming into this year with a lot of the same names as you recognize on the roster, but a totally different year. So we're going to see how it plays out, and we're excited for that opportunity to get on the field again. So you'll recognize a lot of names, and there'll be a few new ones that are going to have a chance to do some good things as well.
I know you guys always have high expectations for the program, league championships, making runs in the playoffs, and but after talking with some of the guys that were a part of that team last year that are multi-sport guys that I've run into in other sports around Roseburg High School, their goals are set really high, and I think they set the expectation pretty high for themselves after winning that league championship last year. Have you noticed a focus from these guys in the couple of weeks you guys have been able to kind of start doing your preseason warm-up, that these guys are focused and have a pretty lofty expectation set for themselves this year?
Well, they do. They've done a good job here in our first couple weeks of practice, and we were fortunate, and we had our winter workouts going before that as well. So we've had them for some time, and the expectation or the going into the season thoughts haven't changed. I don't think. Like you said, we'd like to play well during our league season and put ourselves in position to do something when the playoffs start, and hopefully we'll play ourselves into that role. But a lot remains to be seen between now and then. So, yeah, high expectations are one thing, and then performing on the field are something else. So, like I said, I'm excited for this group to get started and see where we're at, and then have an opportunity to work on ourselves in practice and hopefully continue to get a little better every day into the end of our year. That's always been our goal, always been our focus, and this group will hopefully continue that as well.
Having a large group coming back for another year with you at the varsity level, does it make your job easier as a head coach?
I don't know if it's any easier. I think it's just different than, every year is different depending on your group and your makeup of your club. So we're going to find out a lot about ourselves here in this first 10, 12 days here. We play a lot of games and get on the road here after Ida B. Wells on Wednesday, and then up to Bend, and like you said, we'll head to Pendleton after that. And so we'll learn a lot here a week from now, 10 days from now. So we're excited for that, obviously, and we hope the weather holds for us. We get a chance to get those games in and kind of get started here.
Well, I was going to say, you guys have done me plenty of favors. There's not a lot of traveling. Normally, I'd be letting you get running so you could go direct everybody to pull off a tarp and do some raking and get a field ready, but the facility's here. I was going to ask you guys, are you finding that people are a little more willing to come down to Champion Car Wash Field to play just because of how nice the facilities have been upgraded here?
Well, I don't know if they're more willing to come down, but it certainly gives us an opportunity anytime, but especially early in the year like it is, to get a ball game in here today. Hopefully, like I say, the weather holds for us while we're playing. But, yeah, having a turf field has been a tremendous thing for us here the last couple of years. And
that is head coach Troy Thompson. We'll have to cut it just a little bit short there in the pregame show. Let's go ahead and get our final break in, and we'll come back with your first pitch as we're on time here from Champion Car Wash Field. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Well, we come back with our top of the first inning underway. Already behind in the account is starting pitcher lefty Dominic Titone for the Roseburg Indians. Titone on the mound facing Brandon Stinnett, the starting shortstop, a lefty for Sprague, and it's a leadoff walk issued to the top of the lineup here for Sprague. And one man on as we get things underway. Joey Keyran here with you. It's great to have you joining us here as we had kind of an abbreviated Roseburg Disposal pregame show for you there. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. So we've got one man on. Brandon Stinnett leading things off, the shortstop, reaching on 4 straight pitches and finally one across for Titone. Will make it a 1-0 count, or an 0-1 count here for Chris Rogers, the second baseman. Rogers, a right-handed batter, will dig back into the box. The rain's, I believe, still coming down. Kind of hard to see from where we sit here at the top of the bleachers behind home plate at Champion Car Wash Field. A 1-1 count now for Rogers. I do believe maybe just a little bit of a drizzle still coming down for our ball game as we get things underway. All turf field here at Champion Car Wash, so the playing surface maybe a little slick, but other than that, pretty good out there. Is Titone rifles in a strike to make it a 1-2 count here against the two-hitter Chris Rogers. Rogers waits for the 1-2. Titone, the lefty, delivers in. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First punch out of the season for Dominic Titone. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here for Sprague. As their head coach, Luke Bukite, had Brandon Stinnett, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Chris Rogers, the second baseman. Up to bat now is Eli Lowe with 1 out and 1 on. First pitch is low for ball 1. Eli Lowe, the third baseman, right-handed batter, followed by the cleanup man, Will Hassoun, in right field. Then you've got Wyatt Conley, the pitcher. Taylor Brennaman, the center fielder, will bat 6th, followed by the 7-hitter Taylor Laudette as a strike in for Titone, evens up the count. At catcher is Grant Struther, and then in the 9th spot is Dayton Walker in left field. That is your starting 9 for the Sprague Olympians out of the Salem area. 1-1 pitch. It was swung on and missed. Got away from Knox Hubbard. The runner moves up 90 feet. Stinnett now into scoring position with 1 out. At the plate, a 1-2 count against the 3-hitter Eli Lowe. That'll be a pass ball on Knox Hubbard. Man in scoring position with 1 away. Takes away that double play ball up the middle. We'll look around the diamond defensively for Roseburg here in the top of the first. As Dominic Titone, the lefty, sets with a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in at the belt buckle just a bit high. Cutting in at the numbers for Eli Lowe. Behind the plate catching it is Knox Hubbard. Senior connection here for Roseburg. Swung on the high off-speed pitch, fouls that one away. Lowe will stay with the 2-2 count, one out and a man at second base. Roseburg team brings back a lot of starters from last year. Out at first base, Evan Corbin, a junior. Out at second, Sebastian Watson, a senior. Dawson Gillespie, another senior, up the middle at short. And at third base, a junior in Austin Takahashi. Outfield in a moment on the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, out towards right field. On the run is going to be Logan Klopfenstein. This one gets over their heads. It's going to roll all the way out to the warning track. Going to drive in the first run of the ball game. Heading for third goes Lowe, and they've got him standing up there. A one-out triple to right field for Eli Lowe. Drives in the first run of the game for the Sprague Olympians. Coming in from second, Brandon Stinnett after his leadoff walk. 1-0 the score in favor of Sprague with one out. And the cleanup hitter coming to the plate, the right fielder. In the outfield from left to right for Roseburg today, it's Eli Jacobs in left, Carson Dunn at center field, and then Klopfenstein at short or in right field is a ground ball hard hit to short, bobbled a bit by Gillespie, but he does clean it up quickly. That one a low worm burner line drive right at his ankles. Got down low, knocked it down, kept it in front. Stayed with the play, makes the out at first, but it's an RBI ground out for Will Hassoon. 6-3 the put out, 2 down. Scoring was Eli Lowe, and it's a 2-0 lead for Sprague. Bases empty with 2 down. First pitch, a breaking ball, strike one to Wyatt Conley, the pitcher. Little rusty here, I'd say. It's a ground ball towards short, picked up by Gillespie. He'll throw to first and gets it there in time to retire Conley. I'm saying a little rusty for yours truly. Did 12 basketball games over the weekend as we wrapped up the high school basketball season, and so switching the gears directly to baseball will get everything all fired up. 3 outs recorded here in the top of the first, but 2 runs come in on 1 hit. And there were no errors, nobody left on base, 1 walk for Dominic Titone. We're through the top of the first. Roseburg coming up to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at their starting lineups when we return after this 60-second timeout here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians as they get ready to take on Sprague. Leading things off for head coach Troy Thompson, I believe in his 20th year leading Roseburg baseball. Sebastian Watson, the second baseman, followed by right fielder Logan Klopfenstein. At third base is Austin Takahashi batting third, followed by cleanup hitter Dawson Gillespie at short. The catcher Knox Hubbard will bat fifth, followed by DH Silas Kincaid, who bats for the left fielder Eli Jacobs. The pitcher, Dominic Titone, will hit seventh. Evan Corbin in the 8th spot playing at first base. And in the 9 hole is Carson Dunn, the center fielder. That is a look at your starting lineup for Roseburg as we welcome you back here for the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for Sprague. Wyatt Conley, the pitcher, was the last out at the top of the first, but the lefty gets a chance now to pitch with 2 runs already in his pocket. He will face lefty versus righty matchup as Watson leads things off for Roseburg. First pitch swinging is fouled away down the right field side. It'll go off the hitting facility down that right field side here at Champion Car Wash Field. We are underway in the bottom of the first. Roseburg at bat. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment for Sprague here in the bottom of the first inning. Connolly on the mound, the lefty. Out of his windup, delivers high for a 1-1 count to Watson. Connolly, a junior, listed at 6 feet tall for head coach Luke Buchheit. Assistant coaches Brian Stinnett and Keith Chabot. The 1-1 pitch is in on the outside corner right around belt buckle high for a called strike. 1-2 here for Watson. Sebastian Watson last season hit .315 for Roseburg in that shortened spring season. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. He's able to hold off. 2-2 count. Last year, .315, had 17 walks, drove in 15 runs, 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and a triple. Hitting in the leadoff spot here today. The 2-2 is elevated. Not off the mark by much. Connolly in there trying to figure out the strike zone. His first batter, some good get up and go, it looks like, on his fastball. The 3-2. Behind it, Watson fouls it down the right field side, off the fence, back into play. The right fielder will have to track it down. Gives us a moment to run through your starting defensive alignment for the Olympians. Behind the plate is Grant Struther. Out at first base, Hayden Laudette. At second, Chris Rogers. At third, Eli Lowe. And at short, Brandon Stinnett. In the outfield from left to right, Dayton Walker, Taylor Brennaman, and Will Hassoon, your starting defensive alignment for the Olympians. 3-2 pitch. Outside for ball 4. Not off the mark by much for Connolly. He had that reaction on the mound. He knew he missed it just by inches. And so leadoff walk for Sprague in the top of the first. Now leadoff walk for Roseburg here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for Sprague. Roseburg going to try to cut that down. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors in that first inning. Pickoff move by the lefty back in. Now, sliding will be interesting. I'm sure now just a little damp out there is Sebastian Watson at first. He's wet. He's not dirty, though, on this all-turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field. The pitch by Connolly misses outside against Logan Klopfenstein. Left-handed thrower, right-handed batter. Last year, Klopfenstein batting .300 on the nose. Had 17 RBI. 6 extra base hits, including 5 doubles and a triple. Catching the outside corner, even up the count for Conley, 1-1. On the mound, Conley comes set with his hands at his waist, delivers outside. Up out of his crouch quickly there was Struther looking down to first. Watson back in quickly. No throw that direction. Lights are on as we were in really gray, dark skies, overcast here in Roseburg today. Skies opened up. It was dry when I got here before the game started as another pickoff throw to first. Diving over the runner. Laudette, the first baseman, able to keep that one from getting away. Gray skies, pretty dim and dark. No sun poking through anymore. There was a few slivers of blue sky when I headed over this direction. But they got the lights on to help us out here to get this one in today. Breaking ball hits the top end of the zone for a 2-2 count. A little crisp out here. We were in the mid-50s earlier. I'm not sure if we're still there. It's always weird to get ready for baseball season. You associate that with warmer weather and getting outside and enjoying the outdoors. There's a ground ball right side. Runner was going, so the only play is to first base for Laudette. The first baseman makes the out at first as he steps on the bag to retire Logan Klopfenstein. 1 down on the ground out. Watson makes his way to second. Austin Takahashi will bat.
Next batter, third baseman, number 14, Austin Takahashi.
You know, we always associate baseball with warmer weather, getting outdoors, enjoying late nights in the heat. These early season games, man, they get frigid, and it's always weird to think that I got to tell myself to remember, pack the heater for up in the booth here at Champion Car Wash Field. It is kind of usually necessary this time of year. First pitch to the lefty, Austin Takahashi in the dirt. Got a big secondary, was Watson. He gets back to the bag in time as the throw just behind him. Struther. That ball in the dirt, knocked it down quickly, got back to it, fired down to second base. Covering with shortstop Brandon Stinnett, but he couldn't get the tag down in time to throw a bit high. They'll get a fresh baseball after that one, collecting some moisture, skimming into the catcher. Austin Takahashi, last year an all-conference selection. Batted .283 for Roseburg, 8 RBI. He's been an up-and-comer since his freshman year. He takes inside, makes it a 2-0 count. Takahashi last year, yeah, there it is. 7 hit by pitches, that led the team. He does not shy away from that inside corner in that left-handed batter's box in a lefty versus lefty matchup here. The 2-0, this time attacking the outside corner. Connolly will get a strike across. 1 out with a man at second base, a 2-0 lead right now in favor of the Sprague Olympians, scoring in the top of the first inning on just 1 hit and a walk in there. Ball popped up in the air for Takahashi. That one's deep left side, but foul, and it will get out of play into the trees lining the left side here at Champion Car Wash Field. 3:20 down the lines. They are remodeling center field for those that might be watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. They're remodeling the center field fence, so it's chain link out there now. The old one was starting to deteriorate. They usually had the marker out there on how deep that was. They don't have the signage out there. It's a 2-2 pitch. Takahashi grounds it towards short, coming in to play it on a couple of hops. The throw to first by Stinnett. And in safely is Takahashi at first base. And here will come Coach Buchheit to have a conversation with the umpires. I think the throw pulling first baseman Hayden Ledette off the bag just a bit. And Coach Buchheit kind of told, nope, that's the call. The call was right, and sent back to the dugout pretty quickly there. Takahashi will reach.
Next batter, shortstop, number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
Now, I was screened out from that one just a bit there at first. They have it up as a hit on the scoreboard, so maybe not just pulled off the bag, just beating it out at first base there for Takahashi. So we'll go with that. Ground ball to shortstop. And just sitting back and waiting on it a little bit too long. A bounder through that left side. Stinnett just didn't get the throw there in time to beat out Takahashi down the down that first base line. So that is runners on the corners, 1 away. Roseburg, a chance to try and get one of those runs back from the first inning. Taking a strike is the cleanup hitter, Dawson Gillespie. That, if there is one complaint I have here about Legion Field, or Champion Car Wash Field, previously known as Legion Field, is that where I sit here in the booth, I've got a couple of posts that get in the way. It's a pickoff move to first base. Caught leaning in the wrong direction, Austin Takahashi. That'll make up for the play at first by Stinnett on the throw that direction. Takahashi picked off, got caught leaning the wrong way. On the mound, a smooth move by Wyatt Connolly, and might have picked the right time to throw that direction, as Roseburg might have been looking to try and steal. 2 down now, runner at third. The pitch low for an 0-1 count, or 1-1 count here to Dawson Gillespie. Two down. At third base is Sebastian Watson after the leadoff walk. Dawson Gillespie will try to drive in a run. Last season for Dawson Gillespie as a junior, hit .378. Had 7 doubles, drove in 18 runs in 26. Actually, he did it in 18 games last year. So, yeah, averaged 1 RBI a game. The 1-1, just outside. He's got an RBI opportunity here with Watson at third. Bottom of the first inning. No batting gloves for Gillespie, the shortstop. He waits the 2-1. This time hits the outside corner for a 2-2 count. I want to thank everybody that's tuning in and watching the broadcast with us on our YouTube channel, The Score, 1490 The Score there on YouTube. Happy to be doing that again this season. The 2-2. Ground ball, high hopper right side, fielded cleanly by Chris Rogers, and he tosses to first for the out. 4-3 the put out. Roseburg unable to get a run back here in the bottom of the first. No runs on no hits. Actually, sorry, no runs on one hit. There were no errors, and one man left on base in scoring position. We'll go to the top of the second inning. It is a 2-0 lead for Sprague on top of Roseburg here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Top of the second inning here. It's a 2-0 lead from Champion Car Wash Field. Right now, Sprague leading against Roseburg. Starting things off will be Taylor Brennaman, the center fielder for the Olympians. First pitch from Dominic Titone misses inside to the righty for ball one. 2 runs in the top of the first. Roseburg had a man on in scoring position but couldn't bring him around to cut the lead in half. A foul ball. Knocked away by Brennaman. Makes it a 1-1 ball game. Roseburg baseball here on The Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 1-1 pitch outside. Swinging at a pitch high and in on the hands. That ball fouled off to make it a 2-2 count. I was going to check the temperature here. Looking at right now, temperatures around 57 degrees in Roseburg, and we are expecting maybe a little bit more precipitation. As ball laced out to left field, going back, Eli Jacobs, that ball over his head. Going to roll all the way to the warning track again. This will be the second extra base hit for the Sprague Olympians in the ball game against Dominic Titone. Brennaman laces one out to left field over the head of Jacobs. He ends up at second base for a leadoff double. Nobody out, one on. Yeah, if I'm understanding this radar picture on the updated weather app on my iPhone, I think there might be some rain coming this direction. We'll see how soon that might be happening. It looks like maybe a half hour out. But we got the turf field, so we're hoping that will keep us going. Taylor Laudette will bat. He'll take low and outside for the lefty. Starts off with a 1-0 count. Sprague here wearing black tops, or at least looks like maybe a dark graphite type color on top. Black numbers on the back outlined in orange. The two teams sharing the same school colors. As the ball high in the air, Carson Dunn is going back. Over the shoulder catch attempt. He makes the catch in center field. Going all Willie Mays on us out there, but the throw back in, not in time to be able to hold Taylor Brennaman up, but nonetheless a very fantastic catch in dead center field by Carson Dunn. One away. And they're going to say he didn't tag up in time. They appeal out at second base, and out at third will be Taylor Brennaman. So there's 2 out. They clear the bases. So not only a spectacular catch, but then a heads-up defensive play for Roseburg, and they get the bases cleared. I didn't catch that they had appealed. Ball fouled away on the 0-1 pitch here to the 8-hitter, Grant Strother, the catcher. Hey, it's early season. It's first game of the year. Everybody's kind of getting some jitters out. They're kind of getting their head back in the game. So apparently leaving it too early was Taylor Brennaman after a catch in center field by Carson Dunn, who looks like he's in midseason shape with that catch. Check swing. They will throw down to first base for the out. Check swing, out 3. Strikeout, and the third out of the inning. So that will finish things off here in the second. After a leadoff double, Sprague leaves empty-handed. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Still a 2-0 lead, though, for the Olympians as we go to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening and watching Roseburg High Baseball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the second inning, Hubbard, Kincaid, and Tatone due up for Roseburg against Sprague after some good defense in the top of the second. Helps save a run. And Roseburg trails 2-0. Knox Hubbard, right-handed thrower, left-handed batter. One of at least 3 lefties in the lineup for Roseburg. First pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike by Wyatt Conley. Oh, big defensive play in center field by Carson Dunn, making that over-the-shoulder catch, throwing it back in and catching the runner, leaving early at second base. Helped keep a man off of third for Roseburg. And probably kind of helped keep a run from scoring there in the top of the second. Roseburg a chance to try and cut it down here in the bottom of the second, trailing 2-0. 0-2 pitch here for Hubbard. A couple of called strikes. He'll call time before the next offering from Conley, who was about to go into his windup. Left-handed thrower out there. The 0-2 pitch is high. The 1-2 is fouled back into the netting. Hubbard will get a chance to stay at the dish. Last season for Roseburg, Knox Hubbard. Batted .298, 13 RBI for him, hitting in the 5 spot here today. Outside, he watched that one closely. He'll have a 2-2 count. One strikeout in this game. No strikeouts in the game yet for Connolly. On the other side, Dominic Tatone with 2 strikeouts so far. The 2-2 pitch here for Connolly. High and away. Make it a full count. The full count pitch is high for ball 4. Another one that Connolly not happy with himself for giving up. We saw it in the first inning when he issued a walk to the leadoff man, Sebastian Watson. He was hopping around on the mound, unhappy that he just missed his spot. Courtesy runner will come in for Knox Hubbard. It'll be Griffin Zimet that runs at first base. Griffin, a senior for Roseburg. First pitch here to Silas Kincaid, who stands in as the DH. First at bat at the varsity level. Did not hit last year for Roseburg. Will get his first shot at being the DH for the Indians, hitting for Eli Jacobs. The 0-1 pitch coming up. And calling time after his swing and a miss at the first pitch there for Silas, a senior. The 0-1 pitch. Now pickoff move to first, back in safely will go Zimet. Silas Kincaid, a member, trying to remember correctly here, but member of the football team as well. It made its way to the state playoffs, challenged for a Southwest Conference championship this year out there in the fall. One pitch here. Another pickoff throw, Zimet back in safely. I was just realizing earlier on here today as we were getting set up for the broadcast that digging through my bag, carry around way too much gear, but the one thing I forgot today were my binoculars. Got to remember to throw those in. Those are always a staple for baseball season, as a swing and a miss out of Kincaid. Has him at a 1-2 count. Good showing, though, for everybody else making their way out here today. Nice grouping behind home. Granted, it seems as if pretty much everybody is behind home where things are covered and dry. The 1-2, Kincaid does ground one towards third. That could be trouble. They'll let it roll here on this artificial turf. Things don't die on the infield grass like they might in other places, especially when things are wet. That can help kill a ball on the infield grass. Instead, here on this artificial turf, that one easily rolling across the chalk line and out of bounds. So, back to the dish will go Kincaid. Out of first base, running for Knox Hubbard, who drew the leadoff walk, is Griffin Zimet. Kincaid will step back in with the 1-2 count coming here from the lefty. Connolly will come set, working out of his stretch. Hands at his waist, looking to first, throws in. Off the hands, but softly hit towards short. Tough ball to be played. Bobbled by the shortstop, and Kincaid will get in safely. So that'll be an infield error for Sprague. Was going to be a tough play one way or the other. It's pretty much do or don't for Brandon Stinnett. Charging in on that softly hit ball. Got fisted there for Kincaid. Tried to fight it off, got it to shortstop. It was in between short and third. Stinnett charging in. His only chance was to just field cleanly and make a throw on the run. And he was just unable to get it into the webbing of the glove. Bobbled it around. And that allowed Kincaid to reach. So an error puts runners at first and second. First error of the ballgame. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And Roseburg with a chance once again, threatening to try and get some runs on the board, break the goose egg, and cut down this 2-run deficit. A bunt laid down by Dominic Tatone, died in front of home plate, but the umpire says foul ball. Not sure if that one bounced back up and maybe hit the bat a second time. It was low, and Tatone did everything he could to get the barrel on that bat, on that ball, and He was down there pretty low to the turf, so it might have been just right down into the artificial turf off those rubberized pellets and back up into the barrel of the bat with them still in the batter's box. That would be a foul ball. The 0-1 pitch, he tried to bunt again, pops it up. It lands in fair territory. Nowhere going to be made the play, and the bases are loaded. Infield single on a bunt for Dominic Titone. Connolly came charging in, the left-handed pitcher. Fielded that one down that third base side, and it might have been an opportunity where you knew you're not going to make the play if you field it, so just let it go and see if it rolls foul and maybe get you a break. But that looked like it was pretty squarely dying on the infield grass, and this is going to prompt a visit out to the mound for the coaching staff for Sprague here. They're going to bring the entire infield in, a chance to talk about strategy early on in the season for the Olympians with the bases loaded and nobody out. Sprague leading 2-0. So where do you go with it? And probably willing to give up a run to try and get 2 up the middle if you can. Today's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And we want to say thanks to Good Vibrations for sponsoring Roseburg High Sports on the radio. Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 2-0 score, Sprague in front of Roseburg, but the bases loaded for the Indians with nobody out here in the bottom of the second of our 7-inning ball game. That'll bring up the first baseman, Evan Corbin. Corbin, the top pitcher last year for Roseburg, as a sophomore. Takes the first pitch, a breaking ball. Low for 1-0 count. Didn't hit a lot, only 21 plate appearances last year, had just 1 hit. Was used mainly as the pitcher. But as a junior this year, looks like they may be looking to ask him to do a little bit more, especially when he's not on the mound. A 2-0 count for him so far. At first base, Dominic Titone. Actually, they might have brought in a courtesy runner for him as a pitch in the dirt. Does look like, I think, Jordan White running out there for Dominic Titone. The pitcher and catchers getting courtesy runners. Visit out to the mound for Garrett Struther. It's a 3-0 count here for Evan Corbin. Bases loaded. A walk brings in a run. Out of the windup for Connolly, and he'll miss low for ball 4, and that brings in the first run of the season for Roseburg. Walking to home will be Griffin Zimet, the younger brother of Garrett, who graduated last year for Roseburg. Griffin comes in to score for Knox Hubbard, who led off the inning with a walk. Silas Kincaid, who reached on an error, moves to third. Running for Dominic Titone is Jordan White. He moves to second, and Evan Corbin on at first. First pitch misses low to the 9-hitter, Carson Dunn. Two to 1 our score. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the second. Finally a strike across. It had been a little while there for Wyatt Conley. He had missed at least 5 straight. Finally gets one across here against against Carson Dunn. 1-1 count. Carson Dunn, the 9-hitter, made the great defensive play in the top of the second inning in center field and threw it in, and they got the runner who had left early at second base. Dunn last year hit 175. He pops one up here. It's in foul territory. First baseman Laudette loses the hat as he chases that one to the fence line out of play. Some action in the bullpen. Some guys out there throwing for Sprague. A ball and 2 strikes against Carson Dunn. Had 11 RBI last season. He'll take strike 3 and goes down looking with the bases loaded. Sends us back to the top of the order. That is the first strikeout of the game for Wyatt Conley. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 ball game. Sprague in front, bases loaded. Roseburg trying to at least tie it up here. They'll play with the corners in. Sebastian Watson at the dish, gets a hold of one in the air. Not very deep to right field, tagging at third. The runner for Roseburg puts the brakes on midway through. Probably a wise decision. Going back to the bag is Kincaid. That throw one hopped in from right field. Will Hassoun might have had a chance to throw the runner out at home if Silas Kincaid had continued on. He does not. Sebastian Watson can't come up with the sac fly.
Next batter, number 6, Logan.
There's 2 down. That'll bring up Logan Klopfenstein. Grounded out to first base his first time up. First pitch swinging. Klopp fouls that one off out towards the grass parking lot down the right field side here at Champion Car Wash Field. Talking about the dimensions, 320 down the line. I believe it's like 383 to the alleys out there, somewhere in that range. It's the 0-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. Again, they were remodeling the center field fence, so they don't have those markings out there anymore. But I do believe it's about 383. O2 pitch. Breaking ball high and away to Klopfenstein. Stays in the at-bat, trailing here against Connolly. Connolly, some issues finding the strike zone. He's issued 2 walks here in this frame. An error and a single in there on the infield have hurt him. But he's only given up just 1 run so far as another ball fouled off by Klopfenstein. He stays at the 1-2 count. Roseburg getting 1 run back here in this frame. Early going still here in our season opener. Kind of feels like a season opener with this weather. The 1-2, ground ball up the middle. Stinnett, the shortstop, will glove it, touch the bag at second to retire Evan Corbin. And that will finish off things here in the second inning. Roseburg gets 1 run back, though. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left on base for the Tribe. After 2 innings of play, we go to the top of the third with our score, Sprague 2, Roseburg 1. You're listening and watching Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Joey Kieran with the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back for the top of the third inning, a 1-0 count to the leadoff man. Dayton Walker grounds it to short. Play across the middle made by Dawson Gillespie to retire the first out as we come back 1 pitch in and get you the ground ball there by the left fielder Dayton Walker. And Dawson Gillespie making a nice play up the middle defensively, ranging behind the mound, making the play on the grounder and then throwing across his body to get the play at first to Evan Corbin. 1 out, a 1-0 count here to start things off for the top of the order. Brandon Stinnett, the shortstop, drew a walk to lead off the game. The lefty takes on the outside corner for a strike. One pitch. Missing low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Stinnett ended up coming around to score the first run of the game for Sprague. It's a 2-1 ball game. Sprague in front of Roseburg. Takes another pitch high, 3 balls and a strike. And that'll be the second walk issued to Stinnett. Misses low. Did Dominic Titone. And Titone with 2 walks in the ball game, both of them against Brandon Stinnett. So Stinnett gets on for a second time in the ball game with 1 out. Squaring the bunt was Chris Rogers. The second baseman pulls back at the last second to take low for a 1-0 count. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, our game is always brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Fly ball out to center field. A catch made again by Carson Dunn, and you see why the senior is in center field. That defense has been coming up big for Roseburg. That one twisting him back and forth to deep center field. He ended up squaring it up and leaping to get to that one. Carson
number 13, Eli Lowe.
Got up there just a bit and able to snag that sharply hit ball. And Rogers retired for a second time in the contest. 2 away, Eli Lowe will bat. He had a triple in the first to drive in the go-ahead run at the time for the Olympians. A pickoff throw to first by Titone. First one we've seen out of him. One-0 pitch. Strike 1 called. A 1-1 count. Swung on and missed for strike 2 to Eli Lowe, the third baseman. If I'm remembering correctly there in that first inning, I'm pretty sure his triple to right field came with 2 strikes. He bats here with 2 outs. A pitch on the outside corner just off the mark. Dominic Titone trying to paint the corner there. And he was just outside the lines. The 2-2 pitch. Off speed, got him to foul it off. The Low stays alive. Eli Lowe, a junior. Not a ton of seniors on this Sprague team this year. Roseburg has a good mixture of juniors and seniors. The 2-2 pitch is low, and we've got a full count. Just looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors on the roster for the Olympians. 3-2 pitch, swung and fouled away, staying alive. Lowe will get another look at the full count. Grayson Gall, Chris Rogers, Quinn Altman, and Dayton Walker, your 4 seniors on the roster for the Olympians. Full count pitch. Senior Dominic Titone for Roseburg on the mound, trying to keep it a 2-1 ball game. Try and get through a scoreless top of the 3rd here. He's got a full count pitch with 2 outs and a man at first. That ball in the air. Dunn on the run, deep center field. That ball over his head to the wall. Second extra base hit of the game for Lowe. He's got a chance to drive in another run, and he will. Eli Lowe starting out the season on fire. That is a double to center field, hit to the deepest part of the park there. Drove in a run. That's the reason why he's batting 3rd in the lineup, apparently. Stinnett will score a second time on the extra base hit by Eli Lowe. Makes it 3-1. Sprague back in front. Or actually, they still in front. And they stretch it back out to 2 runs. Ground ball to shortstop Dawson Gillespie over to Evan Corbin. And the 6-3 putout will finish things off here in the 3rd inning. Comes 1 batter too late. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base for Sprague. Will go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-1, the Olympians in front of Roseburg. Coming up to bat with the 3-4-5 hitters next here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the third inning, Roseburg High Sports here on the Score, brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Give them a call at 672-5701. Austin Takahashi will lead things off for Roseburg. Got on with a infield single in the first. A slow roller to shortstop that he beat out down that first base line. He'll start things off for Roseburg as the Indians trail 3-1 here to begin the bottom of the third inning. First pitch from Connolly is in for a called strike to make it a 0-1 count. The lefty Connolly has worked out of some trouble throughout this game. This time he'll give up a hit down the right field line. This will be extra bases for Takahashi. Sliding into second. Got to make sure he doesn't overslide the bag. And Austin Takahashi will be 2 for 2 in the game with a double down the right field side. Got around way on that one. That one just inside the chalk line down that right field line. Will Hassoun, though, quickly, he was playing towards the line, played it quickly over there, and got that one in foul territory, sent it back in pretty quick. This man in scoring position, up to bat will be Dawson Gillespie, the cleanup hitter. A 0-1 count. Gillespie last time up, grounded out to second base. That finished things off in the first inning. Came with a man in scoring position. This time he pulls it left side. It goes by the third baseman and rolls into center field. Takahashi will score. Back into first base goes Gillespie. So a run in, Roseburg back within one here as they rally back in the bottom of the third and answer the run they gave up in the top half of the frame. Gillespie will be at first. That'll be an error at third base by Eli Lowe. And one of those situations with a runner cutting in front of you. And just take your eye off just for a second and lets the ball get by you. So Takahashi scores on the error. 3-2 the score. Pickoff throw to first. Back in just ahead of the tag goes Gillespie. Not a bad pickoff move by the lefty Wyatt Conley on the mound. He's made a couple of good throws that direction, and of course he was able to get one put out earlier in the game against Austin Takahashi. Pitch goes behind the head of Knox Hubbard. That'll move up Dawson Gillespie. Wild pitch. Gillespie moves into scoring position, 90 feet closer to home for Knox Hubbard, who's 0 for 0 in the game. Drew a walk to lead off things in the second inning. Roseburg with the game-tying run now at second base and nobody out here in the third. And this is 2 innings in a row that Roseburg has put some pressure on Wyatt Conley to try and score, but Roseburg's only been able to kind of chip away. They'll see if they've got a chance to put a crooked number up on the board. Big cut out of Knox Hubbard. Swing and a miss for him. Evens up the count at 1-1. One count. Breaking ball. That one had some movement on it. That's a nasty pitch there from Connolly, the lefty. Big curveball dropping into the zone. A lot of movement on that one. Knox Hubbard moves a couple of inches closer to that line on the left-handed batter's box, toeing the inside edge of the plate. He'll take low. Evens up the count 2-2. Wanting to try and protect that outside edge, it looks like. That's where that last curveball dropped in. Two count. The catcher, Knox Hubbard, gets around on one high in the air, not very deep out there. Tagging is Gillespie at second. The left fielder, Walker, underneath it. Back in. There's one out now on the fly ball out to left. Still at second base is Dawson Gillespie. Silas Kincaid will bat. He reached on an error in the second. 2 errors in this ball game so far for Sprague. Here in the bottom of the third inning, the Olympians with 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. Roseburg with 2 runs on 4 hits. First pitch swinging, Kincaid fouls it back. 1 out, 1 on. Scoreboard says 4 hits. I've only counting 3. The 0-1 pitch. Strike called. Check swing out of Kincaid. And it pulled it back. The umpire saying, though, it caught the outside, low outside corner. The 0-2 here for Connolly. A strikeout would be big. He does not get it. Misses low with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Connolly checks second, and as he was getting into his motion, Kincaid will call for the timeout. One, 2. On a cold and damp early March day. Happy Pi Day, everybody. 3/14/22. Got a cousin who got married on this day specifically for the mathematical number that is pi. Foul ball. Silas Kincaid stays at the dish with the 1-2 count. 3.14159. That's as far as I can go if my memory from probably middle school serves me correctly there. I think that's as many digits out on the number pi that I can remember. 3.14159. It's a 1-2 count with 1 out and a man at second base. Kincaid hits one hard towards short, backhanded by Stinnett. He throws it across the diamond. Gillespie stays at second base. Might have been a bit of a missed opportunity to try and move up 90 feet for Gillespie, but after the throw, he goes back to the bag, stays there. He's still in scoring position, but with 2 outs now, Dominic Titone will have to get one likely to the outfield, get it through to score Dawson Gillespie. 2 down. Dominic Titone, who reached on a bunt single in the second, will stand in, the lefty. He's one that doesn't mind trying to drop down a bunt from time to time, but he's also got enough power to clear it out that right field fence. The lefty waits. He'll take high for ball one. I've seen Dom go over that right field fence before. The 1-0 pitch. He gets underneath. This one goes towards left field, but that one drifting foul and out of play. Headed over there towards the softball field here at Stewart Park in Roseburg. They've got the tarp on over there. That's the dirt and natural surface over there. They had their game at McNary today canceled. I've been told that the Roseburg girls will try to play a makeup game against McNary tomorrow in Grants Pass. So it's that time of the year where you never know exactly where the day is going to lead you when you got a game scheduled. 1-1 pitch misses. It'll be a 2-ball, 1-strike count for Dominic Titone. Two-one from Conley, just a bit far outside. 3 balls now, and just 1 strike to Dominic Titone, batting out of the 7-hole. They play him pretty straight up, although shaded a bit towards left field out in center. Big gap out in right center. Strike on the inside corner. We'll take it to a full count for Titone here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. Dawson Gillespie out at second. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there for Wyatt Connolly to finish things off here in the third. That is his second punch out of the game, and he leaves the game-tying run standing at second. For Roseburg, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We're through 3 innings of play. It is 3-2. Right now, Sprague in front of Roseburg. We go to the top of the 4th here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Top of the 4th inning, still out there working for Roseburg will be Dominic Titone, who welcome you back here on The Score. Again, our game is streaming live online at 541radio.com, or you can follow it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find our page there, and you can find the games live. Subscribe to stay up to date and hit that little notification bell, and then you can stay up to date every time we go live with Roseburg Baseball on our YouTube channel. First pitch to Wyatt Conley, the left-handed pitcher, takes high for ball 1 from left-handed pitcher Dominic Titone. Titone may be looking for a little revenge here. He just struck out with a game-tying run in scoring position against Wyatt Conley. He'd probably like to start out the inning with a strikeout, getting him back. Titone misses outside for a 2-0 count. Dom last year pitched 31 1/3 innings, a 5-1 record as a starter. 1.79 ERA as he does get a strike across for a 2-1 count. 1.79 ERA, 36 strikeouts, 24 walks last year. 2-1. Misses just a bit low for a 3-1 count. against Wyatt Conley. Here today, 2 strikeouts for Titone and 2 walks. He's also given up 3 hits. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. There is walk number 3. Time called as pitching coach Richie Charles will head out to the mound to have a quick conversation with Titone and with Knox Hubbard. That gives us a second here and reminds me that I wanted to send a shout out here in the ball game to some Roseburg fans that are usual attendance to the game but are not here tonight, and we wish them well and say that we wish they could be here for the season opener. Gail, Larry, and Sherry. We wish that you guys could be here. You are missed down there as you guys normally have your usual spot there by the on-deck circle over by the Roseburg dugout. Gail, Larry, and Sherry, you guys are missed. We're thinking of you. Hope everybody feels better soon, and love to see you guys back out here at the ballpark at a game here real soon. But we're happy that you guys are tuning in and joining us on the broadcast here today, and happy that we can provide that service to you. Trust me, it's probably more comfortable at home today. It's getting a little chilly out here. Had to carry all the gear up here to the booth. I joked like we were moving in. I got my heater. You got to bring your seat, your pad for your seat. Brought the signage for the radio station. Got all the boxes of gear and whatnot. Worked up a little bit of a sweat. It was warmer earlier too, but I'm out of shape. The pandemic 15. I added those. So worked up a little bit of a sweat. Now I'm cooling down just a bit as things are working their way towards sunset. Might have to fire up that heater here soon. Ball fouled away on the first pitch. Taylor Brennaman, the center fielder, at the plate. Had a double in the second inning. He's got a 0-1 count with 1 on and nobody out. Breaking ball from Titone is high and away. So, we're happy that folks can stay home. I mean, we love to have everybody here. I'd be happy if nobody's watching the video stream because you're all here at the game. But we're happy that people can watch it from home. Make it a nice, enjoyable evening. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive to first, caught by Corbin, and he tags the bag for a double play. Well, there's a highlight. Evan Corbin turns a double play. A line drive shot by Taylor Brennaman, caught by Corbin at first, diving across the bag to make that snag. I'm going to say just into foul territory. And then he was laying right on top of the bag. All he had to do was touch it with his glove, and he doubled off Wyatt Conley there at first. So a twin killing there. And the bases are empty, and that brings up Taylor Laudette, who launches one in the air to center field. Underneath it is Carson Dunn. And that'll finish things off. Kind of a quick turn of events there. Some great defense behind Dominic Titone in the fourth. And they keep it a 1-run ball game. 3-2 our score. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. Nobody left on base. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Roseburg baseball for you. Here streaming on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
New man on the mound for Sprague here as we get ready to begin the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 ball game. Right now the Olympians in front of Roseburg. Taking over on the mound will be Eli Lowe, the third baseman. will move to the mound. Wyatt Connolly will be done after 3 innings of work. In 3 innings, I've got Connolly giving up 3 hits and 2 runs. Yeah. 3 hits. Gives up 2 runs. I do not believe that both of them will be earned. Had him down for 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Eli Lowe will take over with his warm-up pitches out there, wrapping things up here. So, Connolly's day done. 3 innings worked, 3 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs, neither of them earned. Will be the official count there for Wyatt Connolly. But he does exit with a lead, so could be in line for a possible win here. First pitch for the new man, Eli Lowe, a right-handed thrower. He works in a strike on the first offering as he faces off against Evan Corbin, who had the big defensive play in the top of the 4th inning. He leads things off. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and foul-tipped into the glove for strike 2. Breaking ball there. How many times do they talk about a guy making a big play on the defensive side, then carrying it over to make a big play at the plate with the bat in his hand? We'll see if Corbin can do it with 2 strikes against him. The 0-2 pitch coming up. That ball popped up in the air, puts it in play. Shallow center field going out. The second baseman calling him off. Center fielder Taylor Brennaman will make the play. So 0 for 1 day for Corbin after drawing a walk back in the second to drive in a run. 1 down. Carson Dunn will bat. Struck out looking in the 2nd inning against Wyatt Connolly. First pitch, squaring to bunt, goes right back to the mound. Lowe will fire it over. And Eli Lowe starting things off on a strong footing for Sprague. He's gotten the first 2 outs quite quickly. 2 down, back to the top of the order here for Roseburg, trailing 3-2. Roseburg scoring a run in the 2nd and in the 3rd, but have not been able to close the gap after falling behind 2-0. They haven't been able to tie things back up. Sebastian Watson will try and get a 2-out rally going. That ball chopped towards 3rd. Slow roller, not going to be in time. The speedy Watson gets down the line. The new 3rd baseman, 20-something. These numbers are, and like I said before, I left my binoculars back at home. Don't need them for basketball season.
Number 6, Logan Klopfenstein.
It is Muth that has come into the game. Brady Muth has taken over at 3rd base, and he came in trying to make that play, but he was a slow roller, and he got a speedster down the line. Sebastian Watson beats it out. Infield single for Roseburg. At the plate with 1 on and 2 out is Logan Klopfenstein, who takes the first pitch for ball 1. Klopp is 0 for 2 in the ball game. 1-0 pitch here for Lowe. Fastball back up the middle, backhanded by Lowe on the mound. Rifles it over to first. Hayden Ledet there for the cash. So on the mound, Eli Lowe comes in, throwing strikes, making plays off the rubber, and he's able to keep Roseburg off the board. Keeps it a 3-2 lead in favor of Sprague. We go to the top of the 5th here in this ball game. Right now, the Olympians in front of Roseburg. We'll take the break, come back with the top of the 5th inning on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Still throwing for Roseburg as we begin the 5th inning. It is Dominic Titone who gets a first pitch strike against Grant Struther, the catcher for Sprague. The 0-1 pitch just a little bit high to even up the count at 1-1. Roseburg baseball here on the score. Brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. 2 balls and a strike now for Struther, who's 0 for 1 in the game. Struck out swinging in the second. Hits one in the air out towards the alley in right center. That one gets down. Long run and another extra base hit for the Olympians here today. And sending it back in, Carson Dunn will hold Grant Struther to a double. That is the 3rd extra base hit of the ball game. Actually, make it the 4th. Every hit has been extra bases for the Olympians here. They've got a triple and 3 doubles in the ball game so far. Ball flying for the visiting team here at Champion Car Wash Field. Runner out at second base. I didn't catch if they had somebody come in, and I'm going to have to write myself a note, grab the binoculars when I go home tonight so I don't forget them for next game on Wednesday. Yeah, I think there's a courtesy runner out there for the catcher. That would make sense. First pitch in the dirt for Titone. Dayton Walker at the plate. The left fielder 0 for 1 with a ground out to short his first time. The lefty squares to bunt. Off the mound, Titone fields, throws to first. And on the bag just in time. Had to search for it. Sebastian Watson makes the out. That'll be a sack bunt for Walker. 1-4 the put out. 1 away. Up to third base goes the runner for Struther. 1 out with a man at third base. Top of the order coming up here for the Olympians. Brandon Stinnett has walked twice and scored twice. He hits with a man in scoring position for the first time today. And he'll take a strike on the first pitch. Want to mention Roseburg Honda again here for a moment. After the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. Picked up by Takahashi. Looks back. The runner tosses it over to first for the easy out. First time that Roseburg will get Brandon Stinnett for an out. That's a big one there. The second out of the inning here in the top of the 5th. A man at third base after the leadoff double by Grant Struther. And now Roseburg is 1 out away from keeping it a scoreless frame for the Olympians. First pitch in for a strike at the knees against Chris Rogers. Right now, you can sign up for the Score Bracket Challenge. I know that you know it's bracket time. The college basketball tournament starting on Thursday with first-round games. It's the 0-1 pitch. Tapper back to the mound, fielded by Titone. He'll take the force out at first, and Roseburg will get out of it. Head to 541radio.com to sign up for the Score Bracket Challenge. And you could win yourself $500 if you got the best overall bracket. Sign up, create a new account, and get your picks done by Thursday when the first round games get underway. Could be the big winner. So head to 541radio.com today. I got my picks in. I may have to change them around a little bit. I totally guessed this year. We'll talk more about that when we come back. It is a 1-run ball game after Roseburg. Big defensive plays there in the 5th. Back after this 60-second timeout. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, added an extra layer here as we start heading to the second half of our ball game. Going to the bottom of the fifth inning. Later stages here. Roseburg down by 1. It's been a pretty good ball game so far between the Sprague Olympians and the home team, the Roseburg Indians. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Austin Takahashi had a nice defensive play in the top of the fifth, and he stands in, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Takahashi is 2 for 2 in the ball game, a single and a double. He legged out the first one and then hit one right down the line in right field his second time up. Eli Lowe, the new man on the mound, took over in the fourth inning. Had a pretty uneventful inning there. He falls behind 2 balls, no strikes here against Takahashi to start the bottom of the fifth. The 2-0 pitch carries too far outside for a 3-0 count. So just to make sure that I got the message across, $500, you could win that if you've got the best overall bracket. You think you know a thing about college basketball, or maybe you're just feeling lucky. Sign up for the Score Bracket Challenge presented by Roseburg Honda. Time's not on your side anymore. You want to do it today so that you can maybe do a little research, pick your teams, and have them all in there in time for when the first rounds tip off on Thursday. That's when the madness begins. It's the Score Bracket Challenge presented by Roseburg Honda. Find all the details at the Score, on the Score homepage there at 541radio.com. Leadoff walk issued to Austin Takahashi. On base for a third time for the third baseman. Talk back after a pickoff throw by Eli Lowe. Lowe taking over in relief of Wyatt Conley, another pickoff throw to first. Takahashi got picked off in the first inning. Got a feeling he's not going to let that happen a second time in the same game. And it's a third straight throw over there. Tak has a decent-sized lead. Rain hit us as we were just about to get this one started, but it seems like it has stayed away for much of the rest of the game since then, as a first pitch in for a strike finally against Dawson Gillespie after 3 straight pickoff throws to first. Sun was actually poking through a little bit when I first got here. Did my interview with Coach Thompson in the pregame show, and we were getting hit with a few raindrops, but other than that, it's been fairly uneventful. As a pitch high and behind the head of Dawson Gillespie. That leaves the catcher, Grant Struther, with no chance to try and throw out Austin Takahashi, who steals second base. Tak will get himself into scoring position at the plate, a 1-1 count for Dawson Gillespie. Gillespie 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error his last time up. He'll take outside for a 2-1 count. Roseburg Baseball on the Score brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. The 2-1 pitch out to right field, but foul. You got some baseball players out there warming up. I want to say that's probably Umpqua Valley Christian. I don't believe they had a game on the schedule today. They may just be kind of getting loose and getting ready for a late-night practice here at the field. Roseburg not the only team that uses this ball field during the spring season. There's a 2-2 pitch to Gillespie. Outside. Just off the edge of the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Roseburg is one high school team, Umpqua Valley Christian, another high school team in the area that uses Champion Car Wash Field and has for a long time. And then you've got Umpqua Community College that uses it here during the spring as well. Full count pitch coming for Gillespie. That ball fouled away. And it'll stay a full count. So you got 3 teams during the spring that are using it. And that's why the turf is so big. Makes it easy to keep the field in good condition. During the summer, then you've got Legion Baseball, and you've got about 3 teams using it then as well, with the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the other lower-level teams. As a swing and a miss on the off-speed, Gillespie goes down with the strikeout. Big one there for Eli Lowe. The strikeout is the 3rd for Roseburg in the ballgame, first for Lowe since taking over in the 4th. 1 down with a man at second base. Knox Hubbard will bat. So this facility gets a lot of use. Don't know if we got to the portion of the interview with Coach Thompson in the pregame where I got a chance to say it as a first pitch strike in against Knox Hubbard. But getting a chance to play on this field for Roseburg, for UVC, for UCC, for the Summer Legion programs, owe a lot of that thanks to the community for just stepping up and making it possible. As a check swing foul ball down the third base side for the lefty Knox. Without community support and the buy-in for community sports, high school level, the community college, we would not have had these great facilities that our local student athletes get the opportunity to use. So it is fantastic, and I've heard so many great things from people out of the area talk about this field. Ball fouled into the netting. Stay an 0-2 count here against Hubbard. I know there's an effort to try and do some similar things for some of the softball facilities around the area, and I hope that continues to gather steam. And then hopefully we could see them playing on a day like today over there across the left field fence. The 0-2 pitch, a throw back to second base. Takahashi back in safely. Softball team having their game today rained out, but that game was scheduled to be on the road up in the Salem area at McNary. JV for baseball, JV and freshmen, they both had their games canceled today because of field conditions. Strike 3 called against Hubbard. Took a ball at the bottom of the zone for strike 3, and Knox Hubbard will go down. And Eli Lowe has come back with back-to-back strikeouts after giving up a leadoff walk to Takahashi, and a stolen base got him into second. Looked like Roseburg might have a chance to try and tie this one up, but they've gotten back-to-back strikeouts. First pitch, breaking ball for strike 1. Silas Kincaid at the plate. He is 0 for 2 in the ballgame, reached on an error in the second. He's going to have to get the bat off his shoulder here to try and see if Roseburg can tie this up. They've got a man in scoring position, had him there with nobody out. Now there's 2 away. The 0-1 fouled off. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes for Silas Kincaid. Eli Lowe, the junior right-hander on the mound, will deliver. Swung on and missed. Strikes out the side. Eli Lowe, after a leadoff walk, battles back and finishes strong. Gets 3 straight strikeouts, and Roseburg unable to take advantage of the leadoff walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We are through 5 innings of play. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Late stages of this one, Roseburg trailing by 1 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Joey Kieran with The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Dominic Tatone into his 6th inning of work here. He'll take on the pitcher, Eli Lowe. Lowe goes back up the middle. Sebastian Watson diving attempt cannot get there in time, and it's a leadoff single for Sprague. And that is the third hit of the ballgame for Eli Lowe, the junior, feeling it. He's got 2 RBI, a triple, a double, and a single now. He is 1 hit shy of the cycle. That is the first non-extra base hit of the game for the Olympians as they lead 3-2, and we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field. Joey Kieran here with you. Will Hassoun will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game, a couple of ground outs to shortstop. He did get an RBI with one of those back in the first inning when Sprague took a 2-0 lead. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Sprague scored twice in the first, once in the third. Roseburg got 1 in the second and 1 in the third. After falling behind 2-0, they haven't been able to catch up at all. They've been close, but haven't been able to get over the hump to tie it up or take a lead. Swing and a miss for strike 2. In fact, Roseburg has 5 runners have been left on in scoring position in this ballgame. The 0-2 pitch is low by Tatone. Staying at first base is Eli Lowe. Do have some action now in the bullpen for Roseburg. A right-hander out there throwing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Will Hassoun, the cleanup man, goes down. He's 0 for 3 in the ballgame. And that is strikeout victim number 3 on the day for Tatone.
Number 23, Brady Muth.
First pitch swinging for the new man in the 5 spot. Muth will ground out to second baseman Sebastian Watson. He did not get a chance at the double play ball as he bobbled it at first, but does get an out. Second out as Brady Muth, the junior, has taken over at third base.
Next batter, number 25, Brennaman.
For Wyatt Connolly. Or he came in Wyatt Connolly's spot, went to third. His third baseman, Eli Lowe, went to the mound. So in his first at-bat, he grounds out, moves the runner up 90 feet, but there's 2 away now. Up to bat will be Taylor Brennaman, the center fielder, 1 for 2 in the game with a double in the second. First pitch swinging out to right field. In front of it is Kloffenstein. He'll throw it back in. The runner holds at third. So a 2-out single to right field for Brennaman. He's 2 for 3 in the game. He's hit a couple of balls pretty good. In fact, the one out that he made was on that line drive acrobatic play at first base that Evan Corbin snagged it out of the air and then tagged the bag for a double play. Brennaman's been a bit unlucky in the ballgame as a call to the mound, or a trip to the mound here for Richie Charles. So 2 down. Runners at first and third now for Sprague. There is an arm warming up in the bullpen. Roseburg down by 1 in the top of the 6th inning. Taylor Laudette, the first baseman, is scheduled to bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of pop-outs to center field. Both teams huddled up and meeting here. The only guys that aren't are the 3 outfielders for Roseburg. While we have a break in the action, remind you that today's game has been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And stick around for the post-game show. We'll wrap things up on this season opener, and we'll name our player of the game for Roseburg. Our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game receiving a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza here in Roseburg off of West Harvard Avenue by Roseburg High School. First pitch to the lefty is in for strike 1. Taylor Laudette falls behind 0-1 with runners on the corners. The 0-1 pitch outside, runner at first taking off, but no throw by Knox Hubbard. It'll make it a 1-1 count, runners at second and third now. Tatone will step off the mound. A 1-1 count against Laudette. Parker Burke, I believe, is thrown out there in the bullpen for Roseburg as a pitch just carries too far outside to the lefty. Makes it a 2-1 count. Foul ball hit to the on-deck circle on the home side. Roseburg in the home dugout down the third base side. Sprague on the first base dugout, the in-ground dugouts here at Champion Car Wash Field. 2-2 count with 2 down and 2 on. Titone's pitch high and away. And we got a full count. Payoff pitch here, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. A big punch out to finish it off in the top of the 6th. Titone gets him out of the jam. Pitching his way through, gets a pair of strikeouts in this one. Has 4 in the ball game, and for Sprague, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base for the Olympians. They're held off the board again, haven't scored since the 3rd. Neither has Roseburg. They come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Been a pretty good ball game here for our season opener. A one-run game, 3-2 our score. Before we get to the bottom of the sixth, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score. It is Dominic Titone that'll lead things off for Roseburg. Left-handed pitcher is 1 for 2 in the game. Struck out his last time up, and he will have a 1-1 count here as we start off the bottom of the sixth. 3-2 our score in favor of the visiting Sprague Olympians. Titone striking out, the last guy to face off against Wyatt Connolly, the starting pitcher. Eli Lowe has taken over. He's been looking good. His 1-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2 by Dom. Eli Lowe in just 2 innings of work so far. He has struck out 3. He has walked 1. He's only given up 1 hit. He's got a 1-2 count here against Titone and steps off the rubber before the next pitch. Olympians leading by 1. Roseburg the home team, so they'll get 1 more at-bats after this half inning. Titone fighting off a breaking ball to stay alive. Whoa. I'll have to admit that I saw that ball fouled off and then looked down at my scorecard for a second, and I'm not sure. Might have been catcher's interference, I think, is what the call would be. Out of the dugout, the coach, Luke Bukite, for Sprague, I believe. Out there to have a quick conversation as to the ruling on that one. But I believe catcher's interference, the call for Dominic Titone to get him on base.
Next batter, number 7, Evan Corbin.
So, a runner on. They do have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Last time it was Jordan White, and it'll be White again out there running. So nobody out. Throw over to first base. White back in safely. That's the game time run now on at first for Roseburg here in the bottom of the sixth. Another throw that way. Throw gets away. Jordan White up. That ball ricochets off the fence down the right field line and into right field. Coming to get it is Hassoun. And that is the danger of pickoff throws here at Champion Car Wash Field. That'll be an error on the pitcher, and up to second base goes Jordan White, running for Dominic Tatone, who did. I just confirmed on the game changer for Roseburg. They have it down as a catcher's interference too, so glad to know that I was not completely off base there. So catcher's interference got Tatone on. Jordan White came in to run, and then an error moves him up to second base. First throw in for Evan Corbin. Squared to bunt, takes it back. High on the pitch there by Eli Lowe. Corbin walked with the bases loaded in the second inning and then flew out to center field in the fourth. A shallow center field pop fly. 1-0 pitch for the junior. Squares to bunt again. That pitch well outside. Strother behind the plate, diving to his right to stay in front of that one. 2-0 count for Eli Lowe. Here at Champion Car Wash Field, there's a lot of foul territory down each line behind the bags at first and third. So those pickoff moves to first, if they get by, you're easily giving up an extra run or giving up a base to a runner. Squaring to bunt again. It goes by the catcher this time. Corbin ahead with a 3-0 count, and up to third base now is Jordan White, the game-tying run. Wild pitch, moving him up 90 feet. Just grazed the end of the glove for the catcher Strother, but that pitch well outside, and now the infield will come in to have a conversation briefly here with Eli Lowe. I think Austin Takahashi now throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg, as it does look like our drizzle has started to come down again. Just kind of a mist out there at the moment here in Roseburg. 3-0 pitch for Evan Corbin. He'll take a fastball for a strike. Would have been surprised if anything different would have happened on that pitch of the at-bat. Here in the bottom of the sixth, it's a 3-2 ball game. Sprague in front of Roseburg, but the game-tying run at third. Corbin's 3-1 pitch, line drive out to center. That ball has a chance to get down. It's over the head of Taylor Brennaman. Corbin heading for second, in to score. This game's tied. White comes in for Dominic Tatone, and a big hit for Evan Corbin. His first of the season gets him his second RBI of the game. That one laced out to left center and easily driving in Jordan White, who was running as a courtesy runner for Dominic Tatone. And Roseburg's fought back to finally tie this game up.
Number 1, Carson Dunn.
We are knotted at 3 apiece with the go-ahead run now in scoring position and still nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. That'll bring up Carson Dunn, the 9-hitter. He squares to bunt. Takes it low and outside for ball one. Evan Corbin, first hit of the season, is a big one. He laced that one out there to center field. The 1-0 pitch for Carson Dunn is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1 count. Carson Dunn, last year, 11 RBI for him, despite his 175 batting average. The 1-1 pitch. Squares to bunt again, and it's another strike taken. A fresh baseball out there. That one was a pearly white, and it looked like, and heading to the dugout now, the catcher Strother's got to get a new glove. I was going to say, it almost looked like that one popped through the webbing of his catcher's glove. He goes and gets a fresh one out of the dugout. I could tell you it was a pearly white baseball because I saw it poking through the webbing on his glove there. The leather not holding up for him. They'll have to tighten up some laces there. That was funny. I was just going to comment about it, and then he called time and ran and got a new glove. A 1-2 pitch here. Swung on and missed by Dunn. Big strikeout for Eli Lowe to get the first out here in the 6th. That is his 4th strikeout of the contest. On in relief, coming in the 4th inning. This is his 3rd inning of work. He's pitched 2 1/3 so far, but he has given up the game-tying run here in the 6th inning. 1 out. Out at second base is Evan Corbin. At the plate, Sebastian Watson. He swings, puts it right side. The second baseman, Rogers, in front of it. Over to Laudette for the putout. A productive out for Sebastian Watson. Moves Evan Corbin to third base. We've seen a little inconsistency on the mound from Eli Lowe here in this 6th inning. He has had at least one ball get by. So a pass ball here could bring in the go-ahead run. Obviously, with the man at third, a base hit going to probably score the game-tying run as well, or the go-ahead run, as well. Evan Corbin at third. At the plate, Logan Kloffenstein is 0 for 3 in the game. This will be a good time for his first hit. It's a high chopper off the mound, low fields. He'll throw to first, and that's a strike over there. And that will keep this game tied. Eli Lowe comes up with a big play there to finish it off defensively off the mound, but he gives up the game-tying run. Roseburg scores 1 on 1 hit. There was 1 error in the 6th for the Olympians, and 1 man left on base for Roseburg. We're knotted at 3 apiece. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's going to come down to this as we get the season started. Back after 60 seconds here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Top of the 7th inning, first batter for
7th inning, and we got a tie ball game 3-3. Sprague coming up with their 8-9-1 hitters here in the 7th against new pitcher Austin Takahashi for Roseburg. Takahashi, a right-hander, a junior, will fire in a first pitch, strike 1 as we get things started. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? 1-1 count here for Grant Struther, the catcher. Faces the new pitcher. Struther 1 for 2 in the game with a double and a strikeout. The 1-1. Line drive out towards left center. Base hit to start things off for the Olympians here in the 7th. That'll be the go-ahead runner on base. And the catcher will get a courtesy runner. To start things off here in the 7th. So Dominic Titone goes 6 innings. He'll exit with a no decision.
Next batter, number 30, Dayton Walker.
First pitch, a bunt, and then a throw down to first. Back in safely goes the runner at first, but I think the umpire might have said yes that he went around. I think... Yeah, it was a strike. The hitter, Dayton Walker, the left fielder, did offer at the pitch. So an 0-1 count for the 9-hitter. 0-1 pitch for Takahashi, swinging at a high pitch, grounds it third base side. It will go foul. And the new third baseman is Jordan White. He lets it go foul. It'll be strike 2 against Walker and back to the plate. Dominic Titone, 6 innings worked. He ended up giving up 6 hits, 3 runs. Got him down for 3 walks. We'll double check on that for you here. The 0-2 pitch coming up for Walker. Swings and fights off another one. That will go foul down the third base side. White lets it go foul. Stays an 0-2 count for the 9-hitter. Walker 0 for 1 on the day. Had a sac bunt in the 5th. Grounded out to short in his first at-bat of the year, back in the 3rd. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts for Dominic Titone. He gave up 3 runs, all of them earned. The 0-2 pitch is fouled away. Walker continues to battle at the plate, just making contact however he can. Austin Takahashi last year pitched 15 innings, made 3 starts, pitched in 6 games. Another foul ball by Walker. Takahashi had a 1-0 record, a 4.20 ERA, 16 strikeouts, 13 walks. Takes over in relief here. The 0-2, just outside. Letting it go by. Dayton Walker will have a 1-2 count. At first base is the courtesy runner for Grant Struther, who reached on a single to lead off things here in the 7th inning. We're tied at 3. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Walker. Finally got him to miss at 1. Walker had done a nice job of just making contact. He didn't necessarily swing pretty, but he did have the barrel on the ball to at least stay alive at the plate. But he couldn't square up the last one. Strikes out swinging. 1 away. Top of the order, it's Brandon Stinnett who takes strike 1 from Austin Takahashi. Stinnett has walked twice and grounded out to third his last time up. He has also scored twice in this game. He comes up with a man on base and 1 away. Breaking ball, strike 2. Stinnett, as the leadoff man, has done his job most of the day, getting on base and scoring runs. That's what you'd like to see. The 0-2 pitch here from Takahashi. Ground ball, left side. Gillespie to Watson, to Corbin. Got it there in time. They turn it around the horn. 6-4-3. The double play finishes off things here in the top of the 7th. And that'll get Roseburg to the bottom of the 7th inning with a chance to try and walk it off in the season opener. In the top of the 7th for Sprague, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're squared at 3, going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Roseburg coming up to bat with their 3, 4, 5 hitters when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, this has been an entertaining season opener. Roseburg and Sprague squaring off. We are tied at 3-all, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. A chance for Roseburg to walk off with a win. It'll be Austin Takahashi now now the pitcher of record for Roseburg. It could be his to win if Roseburg can score the game-winning run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Takahashi will lead things off. He's had 2 hits and a walk in this ball game. He faces Eli Lowe, the relief pitcher for Sprague. He puts this down the left field line. That's extra bases for Takahashi. That's going to put it in the corner in left field. Takahashi in with a double. He's going to try and stretch it for a triple. He slides past the tag and stays on the bag. A leadoff triple for Austin Takahashi. He came in and retired the side in the top of the 7th. Now starts off the 7th inning for Roseburg at the plate with a triple to the left field corner. I did not think hitting that to left field, I didn't think he'd try for 3. I'm not sure if Troy Thompson thought he was going to try for 3, but Coach Thompson over there having a conversation with his junior starting third baseman and now relief pitcher who could be in line for a possible win. Takahashi gets himself and his team 90 feet away from a possible win. Nobody out, and Dawson Gillespie at the plate. Got to think that Gillespie's looking for a sac fly possibly here. The coach for Sprague having a conversation with the first base umpire. Not happy with the officiating here. I think some calls that I'm not exactly sure what his complaints are. The coach for Sprague here, Coach Luke Buchheit. Obviously, season opener. His team was with a lead. You get a little frustrated here. He'll give it up. But I think this had more to do with something that maybe had been decided by the officials rather than anything his teammates had done, or his players, I should say. So it'll be after a visit to the mound for Sprague's coaching staff. It'll be the infield in, the outfield playing in as well. They're going to play for nothing in front of them and trying to keep the runner from scoring from third. The first pitch to Gillespie, big cut, and he could not connect with it. Strike 1 to Dawson, who's had a tough day at the plate. He's 0 for 3, reached on an error in the third. He's not gotten anything out of the infield so far. This would be the golden time to do so. The 0-1 pitch coming up. Breaking ball high and inside. The 1-1 pitch, and time called by... They're going to intentionally walk Gillespie. So Dawson Gillespie will get on with the intentional walk. And will they do it again? They're going to send Knox Hubbard to first as well. So Coach Buchheit for Sprague opting to load him up and make it a force out at any base on the infield. And that brings up Silas Kincaid, who is 0 for 3 in this game. Reached on an error in the second inning, his first at-bat. Grounded out to short in the third and struck out in the fifth. That strikeout came against Eli Lowe, who's on the mound right now. Came in back in the fourth inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Roseburg and Sprague tied at 3-all. First pitch, Kincaid pops it up, back behind home, out of play. A foul ball pop out behind home would be a big out for Sprague to get that first one there. Roseburg trying to start the season 1-0. They've got a golden opportunity to do so after fighting back to tie the game in the bottom of the sixth, trailing all this entire game since the start of it, back in the first. The 0-1 here for Lowe. Misses Lowe. Grant Struther in front of it, dropping to his knees, making sure that ball would not get by. And there is some action, a righty thrown in the bullpen for Sprague. A 1-1 count. Silas Kincaid, the senior, big moment for him. Gets behind one here, but launches that one into the parking lot. Well foul. Heck, that might be going across Stewart Parkway out there. Strike 2 against Kincaid. Eli Lowe. Trying to get a win or get out of things here and avoid giving up the loss. Kincaid pulls it down the third base side. That one just foul. Diving for it at third was Brady Muth, but that one just going foul before the bag. That is the right call there. Just ahead of that one for Silas Kincaid. Got to straighten one out here. He's got the 1-2 count with nobody out. Infield playing in, outfield playing way in, especially in left field, practically on the infield out there for Dayton Walker. The 1-2 pitch. High, gets by. That one bounces up, but it goes off the backstop padding in the air, caught by the pitcher, Eli Lowe, as he came to cover the plate. That ball ricocheted off the backstop all the way back out in front of home. That is a fortunate bounce for Eli Lowe and the Sprague Olympians. The ball never hit the ground, I don't think. I think that hit off the top of the padding in the air, never hit off the ground, and goes all the way back out. 2-2 pitch. That ball in the air, out towards left field. This probably should do it. And that one drops in for a base hit. Silas Kincaid, the senior, comes up with the game winner. Roseburg is going to win against Sprague. Had to make sure real quick, just a technicality. Knox Hubbard had to go to second. Otherwise, it could have been a force out there, but he does go. And Roseburg will get a single out of Silas Kincaid. That scores Austin Takahashi from third, and Roseburg's your winner at 4-3. Roseburg battles back and pulls off the victory against the Sprague Olympians. A bases-loaded single to left field for Kincaid. Does it in. 4-3, your final score. We'll come back with all the final numbers for you and name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game when we return here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Welcome back here to Champion Car Wash Field, where Roseburg pulls off a walk-off win in the season opener. 4-3 your final score. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to have you with us here as we put the final touches on our first baseball game of the season. What a game we had. Well played by both sides. A lot of fun out here today. And the home team comes back to win it in the bottom of the seventh. Started out with a 2-run frame in the first for Sprague, as they would get 2 runs on 1 hit against starting pitcher Dominic Tatone for Roseburg. Roseburg would get 1 back in the bottom of the second against starting pitcher Wyatt Conley for Sprague. It came on a walk, bases-loaded walk to Evan Corbin. Made it 2-1, but Roseburg continued to trail by 2-1 runs the rest of the way. Sprague would get 1 back in the top of the 3rd inning on a double by Eli Lowe, but Roseburg would get 1 back in the bottom of the 3rd. And Roseburg, that would come on a error at third base on a ball hit by Dawson Gillespie that would score Austin Takahashi. It made it a 3-2 ball game, and that was our score all the way to the end. Roseburg tied it up in the bottom of the 6th inning as Evan Corbin came through with a double to left field after reaching on a catcher's interference. Dominic Tatone got on base. Then Jordan White took over running for him. Pickoff throw to first. White moved to second as the throw got away. A wild pitch moved him to third, and then a double by Corbin drove him in. Corbin picking up the RBI, his second of the game. That would tie the game at 3-3 going to the bottom of the 7th after an exciting top of the 7th where Austin Takahashi came out of the bullpen, gave up a leadoff single, but then got a strikeout and a double play to finish off the frame. In the bottom of the 7th, Takahashi starts off the 7th inning with a triple to left field. Then intentionally walking the next 2 batters, Sprague trying to get a force out at any bag with the bases loaded and nobody out, and the game-winning run at third. Silas Kincaid at the plate, the senior. His first hit at the varsity level is a walk-off single to left field, scoring Takahashi for the win. Quite the ball game we had here today. Takahashi will get the win for Roseburg. He pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Dominic Tatone, the starting pitcher for Roseburg, does not factor into the decision today. He pitched 6 innings, gave up just 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. On the other side, taking the loss, Eli Lowe comes on in relief in the 4th inning, pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He took over for Wyatt Conley, who went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, none earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Nice hitting all around for both sides, 7 hits apiece for the Olympians. A big day at the plate for Eli Lowe, despite taking the loss. He had a triple, a double, and a single. He also drove in 2 runs. Also, you had, let's see here, Taylor Brennaman had 2 hits in the game, a double and a single. And then Grant Struther, the catcher, had a double and a single in there as well. On the other side for Roseburg, Sebastian Watson had a single in the game. Let's see, Austin Takahashi had a single, a double, and a triple, as well as a walk, got on base all 4 times. Silas Kincaid with the game-winning single. Dominic Tatone had a bunt single in there. Evan Corbin with a double and 2 RBI, and that'll do it for the offense for Roseburg. Roseburg goes to 1-0. Sprague will fall to 0-1 as we get this 2022 season underway in exciting fashion. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Find them on West Harvard Avenue over by the 124 interchange with I-5 right next to Roseburg High School. That is Mountain Mike's Pizza. Our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game receiving a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's. And today it's going to be Silas Kincaid. He is your player of the game. Austin Takahashi definitely worthy of it as well, but you get the game-winning hit, you deserve to be the player of the game. And there he is right there, Silas Kincaid. Way to go, buddy. That is a big game for him. First hit at the varsity level. That's pretty exciting for him. So congratulations, Silas. He is our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, and we'll get ready for our next one. Coming up on Wednesday, Roseburg will be hosting Ida B. Wells, the Guardians coming to town. That's formerly Wilson High School out of the Portland area. They'll be coming down here for another 4:30 start time, so we'll have it for you with pregame starting at 4:15 on Wednesday evening. You can watch it online at 541radio.com or catch it here on The Score. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us, folks. Thanks for tuning in and joining the broadcast today. Want to say thanks to Dr. Lanson Randall, one of our other sponsors for today's ball game. They're accepting new patients, so give them a call at 541-378-6694. Going to wrap it up here. Thanks to the Sprague Olympians for making the trek down here. I know probably a little in question on whether or not the game was going to get in with the weather, but we got things going, and it looked pretty good out there. So thanks to Sprague for making the trek down here today. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production today, and thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday when Roseburg hosts Ida B. Wells for another non-conference game early in the season. We'll have it for you right here on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. And you can always catch us on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. All right. That work out with all of our breaks there?